All right, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and your support. As always, it really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, I know it's been a few days. I just want to talk about my schedule for a second because earlier on during the Christmas season and all that, my channel went really quiet for a little bit. Typically, I upload every day, but I was really sick, like unbelievably sick. And right when Rapi came out, I started slowly getting better, still slowly getting better, but also at the same time, I'm currently on vacation, away from home, at a different setup right now, but I am, available. But I just wanted to say that, apologies for not having a consistent schedule right now. I'm sorry for that. Now, that being said, though, I'm trying to keep up the schedule. I'm going to try to keep up. I'm trying to upload hopefully every other day, maybe. But, usually I do every day, but right now I can't really do that. I want to spend time with family. Family's important. So I'm just focused on that. But I want to make videos for you guys because I love my community. So thank you guys so much for the constant support. Now, with all that out the way, I really wanted to talk about something, and that's Rapi and litter right now. Because I know I made a joke a day or two ago about how Rapi is pretty much overtaken Grandma. Grandma, you're still going to need her because she's just a powerhouse. But, it might be a chance that Rapi might finally be surpassing our legendary Grandma. But I really wanted to kind of put that to the test. Just like, talking about it, talking about litter, then talking about Rapi, breaking it down, and then comparing both burst ones to a team on an iron code, advantage, giving them the best prime possible to do their best, and then just going from there. So I want to get started and let's talk about it because I want to be honest, like my litter is actually like my top squad pick in terms of power. It's ridiculous. 207,000 power, and she is level 455. Max cores, by the way, core 7. And she has OL gear across the board. Really good stuff. Her doll is SR level 5 right now. Her skills are obviously 10, 10, 10. Now, as for the cube, she does have a level 9 assault cube. Almost level 10, but it is level 9. Now, in terms of a kit, litter, she's been day 1 a beast. Her skills are why she is where she is right now at the top of the meta, with her skill 1 being this cooldown of the burst skill, and then when she uses her burst, max ammo, crit damage, and attack going up. It's insane. Now, obviously, that max ammo is not perfect by any means because there are some characters like Summer and Niece who actually need low max ammo. So some characters like this will actually brick her whole kit, but that's very few far in between, but just be aware of that, because it can actually ruin some synergies with certain characters. With her skill 2 giving her that cover HP for no reason, just has some extra HP, just adding to her skills is insane. And a really simple burst skill here where attack goes up 66% for all allies. It's just an absolute powerhouse. Now, as for my Rapi is, a little bit less power. I believe she is right here. And, she's not maxed out by any means. She is 9, 10, 10. She does have an 11 Bastion cube though, OL level 4, still got to get that gear fodder. Same SR level 5 doll, but when it comes down to the skills, it's really interesting, right? Because with her burst 1, what you're looking for right here is the combat assist right here, because that's the only part of burst 1 that it is. So the only thing that you're really looking at, honestly, is the cooldown of the burst skill and attack damage going up 7.69 for 10 seconds. You're not looking at this part because this part is actually when she's not in combat assist status. And like it says right here, combat assist changes to burst phase 1 continuously. So just be aware of that. As for her skill 2, this is where all her damage is pretty much with these attachable projectiles. Projectile attachment damage, absolutely insane. Now with her burst skill, remember there is a burst 1 and a burst 3 here. Just remember that we're looking at the burst 1. The cooldown of the burst skill going down 20 seconds. Explosion radius going up 100.62% for 10 seconds. Affects all allies. Attack goes up 18.01% of the caster's attack for 10 seconds. So, be aware, it's not the biggest percentages. So, what I'm honestly expecting here when it comes down to it, when we're doing this testing, My biggest thing is that I think Rapi is going to be doing way more damage just on her own, but I believe that the other units are going to get more TLC from Litter, because that's where Litter really shines. Her kit, her utility is meant to aid the support of that team. Obviously, Rapi does have really good support, but that's not just what we're here for. So what we're going to do here is that we're just going to go break it down, and we're just going to go with weak point Iron, all Iron. The only reason why we have Naga here is to try to proc that skill 2 for Crown, but we're just going to use units and just go across the board. We're only focused on that burst 1, just so we can see a little bit of a difference here, but see how they affect the other units so we can go from there, right? And we're going to do the 3-minute bossing. We're obviously not going to have that in the video. I'm not going to waste your guys' time, but I thought it'd be interesting. I was thinking about doing off element testing, but you know, with the way that Union shooting is now with the whole hard mode, I feel like it's just better to talk about mono elements right now. So what we're going to do is just go through the full 3 minutes, go from there, and then what we're going to do is actually come back, and then we'll review everything. Then we'll do it for Rapi and then come back, just like we did before. So give me 1 second. All right, we're starting to wind down here, and honestly, we're probably going to get to this last rotation, but it's not going to do as much damage, just because we just ended it, unfortunately. But we wanted to look at the results and see how they fare. Now, obviously, when it comes down to it, Crown does a lot of damage here at almost 700 million. Litter is at around 375 million. Red Hood getting close to 2 billion with that 1.7 billion. Really nice results right there. Laplace, you know, getting close to 1 billion. She's obviously not as invested as my Red Hood, so that's fair, but still really good results just for this whole like mono element thing. So it's interesting, right? Because she's doing so much to help this team with all this utility, but how does Rapi fare when it comes down to it, right? That's what we're here for. So let's actually break that down. And what I'm going to do is, honestly, the only difference we're doing to this team just to keep it the same is we're just using Rapi here. Now, remember, obviously, he doesn't have it, but she is also Iron, so that's fine. So we're just going to focus on that. Now, that being said, we don't know how it's going to go. I'm expecting we're going to see more damage, but I feel like the other units might do less. So it's going to weirdly even out. We're going to have to find out. So once again, I'm not going to bore you with all of this like waiting, because I'm just going to be sitting here. So give me 1 second, and then we're going to look at the results. As you can see, there is a lot of damage here already. So I'm interested to see what the results are going to look like. And when we look, I just want to say, this is stupid. Rapi is so dumb. How much damage she does is absolutely insane to me. When we compare it, obviously, like, Laplace isn't doing as much as she was. Red Hood's a little lower. But Rapi Red Hood is right there and is doing 1.3 billion in that burst 1. Crown doing a little bit more, interestingly enough. And it's just ridiculous how much she does. Like, I don't understand why Rapi is just so OP. It's ridiculous right now when we're trying to do these comparisons. For a burst 1, she is absolutely insane. Now, what do I think? I think that Rapi Red Hood is absolutely broken. Both as a burst 1 and a burst 3, she's just stupid, honestly. I can't imagine what the next power crept unit's gonna look like, because it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous, and it's gonna be fun to watch, but we'll have to find out, obviously, you know, for the next like half Annie whenever we get there. But overall, I'm just really impressed, but I believe that they are both probably tied for the best burst 1s in the game now. I would put them in the same category. Now, do I think that she is, you know, better than her? I'm going to hesitantly say yes right now, because of the amount of damage output that she has without the other units getting so much of a fall off on damage is absolutely ridiculous to me. To me, I think she's worth it, even just as a burst 1, in Pilgrim, in Elysian, wherever you want to put her in the tower as either a full burst or a burst 1, you're going to get your full mileage. If you give her that TLC, you invest in her, you give her good rolls, she's going to treat you right. Overall, just absolute masterclass, both of them, Litter and Rapi Red Hood, absolutely dominating the burst 1 category right now. I feel bad for Doro, because she fell off a lot, especially in Pilgrim now, because you can just use Rapi Red Hood. Obviously, water content and all that, like especially for solo raids and union raids, either way, it's going to matter to have Doro, to have Litter, to have other characters. But in terms of just normal content, Doro is just out of the Pilgrim. Like, she's gone. But I do think that's going to be enough simping for Rapi Red Hood for one day. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on everything. You know, what are you guys' thoughts on the character? Are you happy with Rapi Red Hood, by the way? Like, I understand, like, some people are pretty much bored by it, right? Because it's Rapi and she looks a little bit different. Like, that's so cool. But I kind of wish we got a new unit. It's interesting, right? Because now I wonder how events are going to go with this whole overspec stuff. So only time will tell, but we're going to have to find out. But for now, that's going to be enough yapping from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. These last few videos have popped off tremendously. Without you guys, it wouldn't be that possible. So thank you guys so much.